Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, I'm Niffy, and today I really wanted to work on the Genshin Impact quest for Nahida's story quest. So, let's see, which one is it? Okay, Sapientia? I do not know how to pronounce that, but it's this one, okay. Okay, let's see. Where are we going? We're going, okay. Let's go to this waypoint. Shouldn't be too far away, right? Okay. If you haven't noticed, I added glasses. Because I actually wear glasses while streaming, so I figured I'd just add those. Have fun with it. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. I feel like it's been ages since I talked to Nahida.
Isn't that Nahida? Nahida! Paimon didn't think we'd run into you here!
It is a little odd that she's out and about.
Oh, hey there! It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you two been up to?
I like the bottom one. The usual mining, fishing, genius invocation, and catching crystal
Seems like
flies.
you've been enjoying yourselves. How about you? What are you up to now? I'm just looking out for some leads while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories after saving Ermin's soul.
Oh dang.
I almost feel like there's still something extremely important I need to do. But I can't remember what it is. What is that? Don't worry,
Part of the effects of Ermin's soul. Maybe I can help.
Thank you so much.
I know she wanted us to not tell her
help,
about Rukkhadevata,
I have something I'd like to show you.
Wondering if they'll have us reveal it to her at the end of this? Or if we're... Oh! What's that? Reminds me of a knowledge capsule, but I don't know why.
Oh, it's beautiful! It looks like it's filled with some kind of power. I found it in the sanctuary of Suristana, but I have no recollection of it whatsoever.
That's fun. You get
It's
to
filled
figure
with
it out.
pure elemental power that is quite similar to mine, but yet it's also a little different.
So it
It's
must have been
very likely
Rukkhadevata's.
that it's connected to my foggy memory, but I can't figure out what it is.
Oh, yeah. Basically exactly what I just said.
Do you have any ideas?
It's very concerning.
You know, Nahida, we just happen to be going on an adventure right now. If we find anything, we'll be sure to let you know right away. Thanks, you two. I didn't mean to trouble you again. Don't mention it. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind, and we'd like to help.
Hey, get
I
out!
love those noises.
You shouldn't be around
Those
here!
noises are new. I like it. It's kind of
I'm
cute.
sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Fungi don't usually come near this place. Last warning! Get out before I kick you out, you hear?
Hang on. I think it's trying to tell us something.
I thought fungi were bad.
Great Dendro Archon, it's a monster!
Yeah, exactly.
Please, don't worry.
But they're absolutely adorable, so maybe.
I think I
saying.
understand. Seems that it wants us to follow it.
Let's go. Probably an ambush, but who cares?
Even
I
though
have the
different
most
creatures have varying
dysfunctional team
habits and ways of
now.
communicating, the emotions we experience are all the same. I can feel its anxiety and fear. It's in dire need of our help. Well, fungi are kind of cute, but...
Bongo head is a really nice fungus.
That's true. Okay, let's go take a look.
I like
All
Bongo.
right, lead the way, little fungus. Although they all look about the same, some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone they see. It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting.
Well, that's depressing.
That's not too different from how humans think sometimes.
Genshin just keeps
That's
giving
what I
stuff
meant
to
by
us.
shared emotions.
Aw, this little buddy needs help.
It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus. So maybe this fungus wanted to bring Nahida here to help its family member. Probably. Although fungi are simple creatures, they're very sensitive to elemental power. Maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought I'd be able to help. I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness. What is it, Nahida? Strange. Very strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore. It's an elemental life form.
That's...
An elemental life form?
I thought they were already elemental life
Yes.
forms, so I'm a little
Although the
mixed up here.
fungi you normally see are capable of using elemental powers, they're merely borrowing elemental power from nature around them. As for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus.
I wonder if we'd walked up on them and used elemental sight, it would have done the same thing.
This is very interesting. I've never seen anything like it. So this is a first even for Nahida. But that's not all. There's a large void within its elemental power. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which must be why it fainted.
So it's basically
So
like
do
a
you think
slime.
it'll
It just
wake up
looks
if we
like
can
a
fill the void?
looks like a slime.
Yes.
Like a
And I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll
fungi.
see what I can do right away.
I can remember names. I can remember names. It was so sweet.
My power was compatible. Looks like everything is fine now.
Lord of Dendro? Is it really the Lord of Dendro?
Okay, now that's kind of
I
creepy.
can't believe the Lord of Dendro saved me. Thank you, as well as the stranger and creature next to you.
Never thought I'd be listening
It
to
can
a fungi,
Oh,
except it's
I
not
didn't
technically
expect
fungi.
such a strange creature to make a sound like that. Seems I'm just as shocked as you are.
Okay, that's fair.
Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange creature. Paimon's just... Paimon!
Hello, Paimon. I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from its appearance. I will only know you are able to speak once you have spoken.
Oh, well, no need to take it seriously. It's no big deal. But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon doesn't know how to talk?
There's no need to start worrying about that all of a
You
sudden.
misunderstand,
Bless
Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, and other functions that are more important than speaking. So a creature may not speak, even if it has a mouth. I've never seen a creature like you before, so I dared not make the assumption
Okay,
that
so
you could speak. Even if
whatever
you
this
do possess
is.
a number of human traits, it is still very common for creatures to have similar external forms but completely different interiors, just like fungi and slimes.
Did this fungus study at the academia?
Yeah.
Seems even more talkative than Paimon.
I like our face
You're not a
expression right now.
fungus, are you?
That's correct. This might be surprising to you, and I'm sure that you must have questions. Let's find somewhere else to talk. It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much using this strange voice.
Okay, so it's
Me.
so it's
It says that
Sneaky.
it's very thankful for your help.
it's hiding among fungi for a reason. I'm curious to find out what that reason is.
I was
I smell
confident that I
lore.
knew of all the creatures in Teyvat. Even if there are ones I've never seen with my own eyes, I thought I possessed all the relevant knowledge about them. However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, You don't seem to match any of them. What are you? And where did you come from?
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence.
Interesting.
My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Lush grass covered the land, and my family and I lived in bliss and happiness. Until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever. A horrifying power consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe nested and grew inside of us, twisting and warping us, causing us to lose control. We were victims of the apocalypse, yet in time, we also became the apocalypse itself.
Okay.
The apocalypse?
So now we have
I'm
the
not sure
cataclysm,
what
the
it means
catastrophe,
either.
and the apocalypse.
It sounds like some
In
kind
the
of
Archon
old
War.
fable.
So the big things.
It's a long and complicated story. It will take me some time to explain it clearly.
Don't worry, we'll listen. Please continue.
I was lucky and managed to survive. Afterward, I left with some of my family and came to Sumeru to search for a way to rescue my homeland. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge, hoping to understand the truth behind the apocalypse. We later found out that humans know the power of the apocalypse and refer to it as
Okay.
forbidden knowledge.
Okay. That answers a few questions.
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? Does that mean you're from the desert?
Or, yeah, I
It
guess
said
it
that
used
they
to
are
not
looking
be.
for a
That's
way
right.
to save their homeland, but the catastrophe of the desert should have ended a long time ago.
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. I would very much like to tell you the location of my homeland, but unfortunately, I've forgotten.
Oh,
That
dang it.
may sound a little odd, as it is very important to both me and my family.
Well, she'd consider
Yes,
erosion.
how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of my knowledge and memory was taken away as the contamination inside of me was purged.
Ah, I get it now. So the
And
void
record
of
about it.
elemental power was left behind from when the forbidden knowledge was purged. I'm sorry. I hadn't considered that kind of possibility.
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to apologize. Without your help, I would have lost more than just my knowledge and memory. And
like
not
the
only did
echoiness
you
of her
save
voice.
me, but you've also already rid the world of the remaining forbidden knowledge, right?
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and your homeland should be safe now.
My home should be safe now. We can go home. For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I never knew it would become a reality so quickly.
So maybe the apocalypse
I
was
was
part of the
unable to
destruction
fulfill our
Galleria?
calling. I never found a way to save my homeland, and I have even forgotten where it is.
It's not your fault. You've already done everything you can. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. This is not a responsibility you should carry on your own. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself. Where are they? Maybe they'll remember.
The apocalypse put us through immense pain. Many of my family members have already met their end. I'm not sure who else is still alive.
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. Just leave it to me.
Nahida's so sweet.
I'll leave the rainforest to the Aranara. And as for the city, there are a few nice kids that should be willing to help. Oh yeah, they'll give us a hand. Give me a moment. I'll contact them right now. That should do it. It may take some time to find them, so let's wait for a bit.
Sends
Thank
us
you, Lord
needing
of
to
Dendro.
use the clock.
We all believe that you will keep your promises. The moment I saw you when I awoke, I had a feeling you were here because of the agreement.
Hmm? agreement.
You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe in. That the Lord of Dendro will bring us home once the catastrophe comes to an end.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. There are also some blurry segments in my memory as well. But I'm very concerned about your homeland. This is something I should help with. It's really no trouble to me at all.
Would you all be willing to come with me somewhere as we wait? The more family members that can return home with me, the better.
But didn't you say that you don't know where they are?
Yes, but I know their end. I will explain it to you along the way.
Okay, let's go. Homecoming. Aw. I hope it works, you know? Money rock. No! I need the money rock. It's fine. It was under the rock.
There's something
Is
that
there
I'm very concerned
rock thing
about.
that you destroyed and there's money in it.
Yes. I didn't mention it just now, but do you remember when I told you that the power in the crystal is very similar to mine, yet also different? The elemental power inside the crystal is completely identical to that of the fungus. What? Exactly. The prophecy that it mentioned was probably an agreement that I made with an elemental life form that once represented its race. I had to deal with the forbidden knowledge to save their homeland. The process, however, took away some of my memories. That sequence of events would explain the persistent feeling that I had unfinished business.
So
Makes
Rukadata probably
sense.
left her just a
Too
little,
bad it's
just a
unable
little
to tell
note.
us more. Yeah, I've been trying to think of a place that fits the description of its homeland, but I'm unable to come up with anything. Agreed. I really want to send them home, so they won't have to wander around anymore.
Alright, where'd the rock go? There it is. Okay. Priorities, I'm just saying. No, I'm terrible, I need to...
The road here is a little rough. I'll lead the way.
We get to
Don't
fight some
worry,
airmen.
Paimon can handle any road!
This is the worst
You're up, traveler!
team I have ever had, but this is my
You are not
quest team, so...
Got a situation. Fracture.
No more tricks.
Useless.
You want this?
Ow!
I guess the only one of my characters is designed to deal any damage without elemental, like,
Amazing.
assistance
Skills
is
you all would have
Wanderer,
definitely
so...
been able to find a way to survive the apocalypse.
Hey! Paimon has been meaning to ask. You all didn't originally look like this, did you?
No, we didn't. The appearance of our kind will change according to the environment. After communicating with various living organisms in Sumeru, we discovered that fungi are the life form most adapted to live in these lands.
That's handy.
Thus, we gradually took the form of fungi and became a part of their group.
It's hard to believe that's even possible.
The most important instinct any life form possesses is adapting to the environment. I don't think that should surprise you, Paimon. Your hand is shaped like that for a reason, so you are able to grip and use tools more easily. The reason why fungi absorb elemental power is to blend with the environment and fend off natural predators. We are dendro life forms, one of the most ancient life forms in this land. That is why we are so adaptable.
So you mean, if Paimon wanted to, Paimon could change into a different form as well?
I
Not as
sense
freely, I'm
foreshadowing.
afraid. You would require
Possibly.
a long time to make that
No,
happen.
I like Paimon and I trust
Although
Paimon,
this
but
is
there's
common
just
sense
something...
to us, it
fishy.
is still extremely difficult to explain. Putting it as simply as possible, changing form requires energy, and energy comes with time. You cannot make a sprout grow into a giant tree instantly, nor can you force a tree to bear fruit overnight.
I see. Humans have a term for this. It's called growth. Ah, you're so smart, Nahida! Paimon gets it now!
Growth. I see. Yes, then this is what you would call growth.
Nahida's
A
teaching it
most
vocabulary.
beautiful word. I shall enjoy it more as we walk.
There are words like that, right? They just... words that make you happy.
How
Oh,
much
but I'm doing
farther
a
is it?
quest! I'm so sorry,
Halfway there.
Kurapika. I'm doing the
great,
quest.
Paimon. Do you need me to carry you on my back?
Huh? Oh, no! Paimon was just curious! Paimon isn't that tired.
If you do a quest, if somebody joins your world while you're doing a quest, you'll go through the
You
entire
think
quest,
so?
and then it'll
Does
reset
the
the
Lord
quest
of Dendro
completely.
need to be carried?
That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Why don't you fly up and sit on top of my head? We can figure out who'll carry who later! We have monsters here!
I think we may have a different
kind of interrupted
understanding
Paimon.
of carrying someone. No matter whether it's tired or not, my child is always happy when I put it on my back
you have a
and
kid?
give it a ride.
Child? You mean the fungi we ran into earlier?
Yes, one was my friend, and the other was my child.
Why can't your kid speak?
Because it's just a fungus. I don't want my presence to change or affect the original state of the fungi species here. However, it is slightly different from an ordinary fungus. It seems to understand some human language, so I gave it a name.
Oh, then it must be a really cute name.
It's probably gonna be
You know,
something weird.
like Bongo Head.
You have an odd taste for names.
She does. She does. But we love her for
Paimon
it.
thinks that name is great. Strange and cute at the same time. It's a name only Paimon would be able to come up with.
True.
That's right.
The name I came up with was not as creative as Paimon's. I learned it from an adventurer. Its name is... I'm sorry, but I've forgotten. Seems
I
like I've
feel like that
forgotten
name's gonna be
many
important somehow.
things.
I was kind of expecting them to say Lumine or Ether.
Yes, I must remember it before I return. It's just as important as my homeland.
Aw. Because, yeah, if they learned it from an adventure,
Yes, this way. We're
Then-
almost there.
it could be. I play as Lumine, so it could have been. Oh, this looks like withering. Yeah, there it is.
It's the Withering.
Yes, I have heard humans. It's the last form we take when we are at the end of our life.
Paimon doesn't It's trying to say that when they've suffered enough and reached the end of their life, they become a tumor of the Withering.
Yes, I would have also suffered the same fate if it wasn't for the Lord of Dendro's help.
So every single
So,
one we've destroyed was one of these kids.
This
So there's
is
been a
how
lot
the
of them.
Withering is formed? Previous research has revealed that forbidden knowledge is the root cause of the Withering. But even if forbidden knowledge has been completely removed, its influence still remains, which is why the Withering remains even after forbidden knowledge has
I was wondering
disappeared.
if we would get more
They've been
information.
tormented by forbidden knowledge for a long time. It's understandable that they will eventually become the Withering. But what a sad and pitiful end.
When I left my homeland, flowers like these filled the fields. Each bloom represented an individual life. They grew in the pristine lakes, in the fertile soil, in my home, and in the homes of my friends. They grew everywhere, until the world suddenly lost all its color
I wonder what
and
brought
became
forbidden knowledge
tainted
to
and
that.
murky.
I mean,
But
they
it's
said it was
all right.
something from outside
Our
this
life
world.
essence,
So it must have been one of
elemental
the
power,
original descenders,
still
or
resides
possibly
in this
celestial.
flower. After an adventurer clears the withering, I will quietly draw near the area. If I can sense the elemental power of my companions, then I take them with me.
But that would mean the effects of forbidden knowledge could have...
It's okay. That's not important anymore. I just hope that they can all make it back home. It's not right to leave them to simply perish in the open like this. Now that we finally have the chance to return home, each one I manage to bring back will make me that much happier.
I understand. Just leave it to us.
I got this.
So you're worried about me?
Of course.
It's fine. Forbidden knowledge doesn't exist anymore. It's natural to want to be overcautious when dealing with a highly venomous snake, but when all that's left is its skeleton, there's nothing to worry about.
Well, true, but there's also monsters in the area.
Ryan
I just saw
doesn't get
them.
what you two are talking about, but we're all ready to go now, right? Then let's do this! We've dealt with the withering countless times already!
Aw, Nahida.
Yeah.
Finally, an element that still doesn't react with the others.
Evil conquering! Here! Worthless! Worthless! Here!
Funny that the withering attracts creations of Conria. Just saying. Where is there? It is. Which makes me curious as to whether or not the forbidden knowledge could be Kemia. Just saying. It's a random idea because I know that it's pretty. Kemia itself is pretty bad. So, whoa, there it is.
Everyone on me! Squall Fury!
None of the elements I have react together at all. I should have used his burst. There's that fancy thing you can do, so it like zooms out and it looks cool. Oh,
As I expected, it's the last of my kind that I'm aware of. So it wasn't able to make it to the end. If only it could have held on just a little longer.
I hope that you will be free of this pain after returning home. Just thinking about how many elemental life forms have turned into tumors of the withering makes Paimon sad.
It's okay. As long as elemental power still exists, then we will still be around.
true, because there's
An
that like,
external form is but a gift
what's
of
that
time.
phrase? Like
Through
energy
growth
can't be
comes
destroyed.
change, and even abandonment of previous forms. However, our true nature is not so easily affected.
It wouldn't have come to this if we were able to cure them earlier. But I will cure all of them. Even if it's just for the sake of the rainforest and all the life forms that live in it.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a wise choice for us to place our trust in you and wait.
Hold on. I think I got something.
Oh, we got news from some of the kids of the fungi?
Oh,
Or the
I see.
Arnara, sorry, not the fungi.
Okay, I understand. Thank you so much. So, they found a fungus that matches the description I gave them. It's currently unconscious.
It must be in a similar situation as I was. We should hurry and go take a look.
Okay, follow me.
It's still interesting that we haven't found any, like, reference of these guys before. Any sign of them. Dang, that's really far away. Imagine not having the teleports. I once did a run where I tried to not use any teleports except for Statues of the Seven in major cities. As soon as Sumeru came out, I was like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore.
We're close now. It's just a little further inside. But there are so many fungi here. There all ordinary. Yeah, they won't be happy to see us.
No fighting. These are all its family. Although we belong to different species, we've spent a long time living among the fungi. They are very important to us.
Now I feel bad for
They
ever
can
fighting
be
fungi.
reasonable, as long as we try to communicate.
What should we do? You're the only one who can make it through, right? But you'll need Nahida's power if you want to save that fungus. I've got an idea. Can you teach me how to change into a fungus?
I mean, that could work.
You
We know that
want to
Archons
transform
can-
into a fungus? But we don't have time for growth.
Nahida
Archons
is a
can do
god.
stuff.
Changing into a fungus should be a piece of cake for her.
Even gods can't bend the laws of time so easily.
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. We may not be able to avoid
Is this
a fight.
another sneak sequence?
But if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its family, then I'm
No,
willing
so,
to try.
Hi,
All right.
welcome in. So,
You have
Bongo,
great
this isn't
elemental
Bongo Head,
power,
so,
you may be able to
welcome
do
in.
it.
Just to update you
will
on the
have to use
situation,
power
we
equal
ran
to that
into
which is
this
required to break
fungus
through
who
the
actually isn't
limitations of
fungus, it's
time.
just disguised as a
I will
fungus.
lend you the relevant
It's
knowledge that
missing
I
its
have.
memory, and we're
It
trying to
should
find
make your
its homeland
transformation
and its
process
kin.
a little easier.
Alright, I'm ready. Changing into a fungus should be quite an interesting experience.
So, right now we're trying to sneak
Lord
into a
of
fungus.
Dendro, this is nothing to joke about. I am extremely serious
group.
Hmm?
about this.
Fungus to find
As
another
am
one,
I.
and
I'm not
she
joking
wants
at
to
all.
like
Alright,
not startle
alright.
any of them.
Let's not get hung up
So
here.
yeah,
If
Nahida's
it's
gonna
really
try
possible
to turn into a
fungus, then why don't we give it a try now?
Okay. Good luck, Lord of Dendro.
I mean, that worked.
Wow, you really turned into a fungus.
How do you
It's
like it?
actually not too bad. My perspective in this form isn't much different from usual. The unconscious fungus is just below here. Can you all help me determine which one it is? Oh, how do we do that? I'll get close to them while you make your way over from above.
Okay, sneaky.
You should be able to identify them using elemental sight since they're elemental light
Has a
forms.
replay symbol? Where's the
Then,
replay symbol?
all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind. As long as I'm able to see you, then I'll be able to hear your answer. Okay, got it.
I'm not seeing any replay symbol
Let
on
me lure
my
away the
end.
fungi up top and make way for you.
All right, good luck,
So-
Nahida. Let's go, Traveler.
Yeah. Okay. New Nahida skin drop, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's do this. This is so fun. I don't see any tipped over
There's
because
a
that's what
fungus on
happened.
patrol in the center there. It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around it.
There's my mouse. Move left.
Nana.
Oh dang it. I lost. No wait, no, we're safe. We're safe. You can see rerun on my
It seems they've been
screen.
noticing.
Yeah. How do
It
I?
seems that fungus won't be moving for the moment. I should hurry and make my way through.
How do I? I've just streamed like normal, so. Edit stream info, maybe?
This is the spot. There are several fungi here. I'll hide and wait for the traveler
There's the
to catch
unconscious
up.
one. There he is. Oh, yes. They're elemental beings, so they show up when you
So
use
this is
elemental
the
sight.
one. Understood.
Wonder why it says rerun. That's interesting. I've never seen like a rerun symbol, so I'm curious to see what it looks like. You okay,
Nahida?
Nahida?
What's wrong? never knew that it was so tiring to change forms like that. I even used the techniques that it taught me. Seems like its warnings were not unfounded.
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price is to be paid if you wish to perform drastic changes instantly. Thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan. Now, we simply wait for it to wake up.
Who are you?
Oh, another fungus. Nice buddy.
Language is not easy. Need long time.
Aw.
It's okay, I have good news. Let me explain it to you the fungi way.
True, it would be more fluent in fungi than English.
Apocalypse ended? Go home now?
Yes.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I've
this
forgotten
language is
what
not
home
easy for
is.
us as well.
I was hoping you still remembered.
As you've watched plenty of my videos and my inability
Really?
to speak.
That's great! Dendro Dragon.
Ooh, get dragons? Because so far, okay, let's list. If this is a dragon, there's another dragon. That makes a total of 4 dragons, because we have Dvalin, Durin, and Drake. What was his name? He was in the manga. Ursa the Drake, there you go, Ursa the Drake.
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes! The Dendro Dragon! I'm
About the
sorry,
Dendro
I
Dragon.
just got so excited. I've probably never expressed such emotions before. But yes, our home is the Dendro Dragon.
Oh, wait a minute. Hyman's confused. Do you mean the Dendro Dragon as in an elemental dragon?
So you're
Like
telling me there's
Dvalin?
different types of dragons?
Yes. They're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been around for longer and has accumulated dense
So
elemental
she knew
power.
about a dragon, and she didn't
But
tell us
I
about
don't
it.
quite understand.
Nahida,
Why would you say that your homeland is a dragon?
Nahida, I am obsessed with
Because
dragons.
we
Give me
live
dragons.
inside the Dendro Dragon.
That's interesting. So that means forbidden knowledge corrupted the Dendro Dragon.
Inside. Very big. Mountains, water, trees, us.
There is an
Interesting.
entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body. The Dendro Dragon nurtured the earliest life forms and protected us inside of itself. It once told us in a majestic voice that once we finally matured, we'd be able to start life in a new world. However, that day never came. Our homeland was the greatest place there ever was before the apocalypse arrived.
Similar to domains,
still
perhaps?
confused.
Perhaps. I mean, that would make sense. Domains are almost like their own little... I probably use this term too often, but little pocket dimensions. Just little pockets of magical energy that you can go into, so yeah.
Yes, a very good example.
Possibly more like a domain.
It appears that you're much smarter than Paimon. The only difference is that the Dendro Dragon is much, much larger than any Dendro slime.
That's a given, it's a
Wait.
dragon.
Then, if that's the case, doesn't that imply that Apep has also been contaminated by forbidden knowledge?
Assuming this means she knows where a
that
pep
is
is.
correct. What has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro? I haven't seen this expression on you before.
Apep is the most adaptable life form in the world. The forbidden knowledge should have become a part of its body a long time ago. Which means that if all the forbidden knowledge has been eliminated, then
It's
a
also
big
missing.
void will also form inside the dragon. I'm afraid so. Its body and soul have probably been in terrible shape for some time now. No wonder I haven't seen Apep for so long.
But, okay, if
But how
Nahida
did
was
it
locked
get
up,
contaminated?
then she would never been able to see
Was
a
it
pep.
due to the
this
destruction of
is
King
this a-
Deshret's civilization?
Is this a plot hole?
But anyway,
or-
Apep disappeared and has been gone ever since that time. It's been enduring unimaginable pain all the while. It's probably in pain as we speak.
So maybe she hasn't, she only knows that she used to know it. Hey, creep. What's up?
Yes!
You back? Welcome back.
If the Dendro Dragon fails to hang on, the elemental power inside it will no longer be able to maintain its form, and will all be dispersed.
Big explosion of
Elemental
dendro
power of that concentration will cause the rainforest to overgrow.
Yeah.
Giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen. Sumeru will no longer be suitable for sustaining life. Hey,
Sound of the game is
what about
way
the
louder and
crystal?
it drowns out.
Why
Okay.
don't you show it to them and see if they know anything about it?
How's that?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Better?
You're right. We don't have time to panic.
Pretty much halved it.
Have you two ever seen anything like this before? No.
Or at least it should have halved it.
Power feels
Okay.
very familiar. Like something from our homeland, but I don't know what it is. I'm sorry our memories aren't very reliable.
It's okay. I'll contact my
I did-
helpers just as
I-
I did before and see if they can locate your
I got
other
them right
family
here.
members.
That stream marker?
I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to
What's a
us
stream
now.
marker?
Let's wait
Well,
for
I
their
added them
reply
on the
again.
thing,
Though I know
tags,
waiting can
so
feel
when I look at
unbearable
stream
at a
info,
time
I
like
can
this.
see them. Oh no, they noticed us. Or this isn't a bad thing?
Family bringing fruit.
I
Aww.
explained to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing you save it, its family is very grateful to you.
So they kind of lived with all of the fungi, and now they, like, part of the fungi family. The one that looks like Bongo Head actually has, like, a kid, and they can't remember its name, so I feel like that's important.
I understand what you are trying to say. Family is very important to us, no matter when we were actually family. It has done a lot to protect this territory and can't help but worry now that it's about to leave. Can you do one last thing for it while we wait?
Of course. I can relate to how it's feeling. I need to organize my thoughts as well. Thank.
Okay.
Soy. Food. Don't like plant invasion.
There are two things that
It was too loud for me as well, to be
One is
honest,
to
so
look
I just
after
turned
the
it down.
land that the food is grown in, and the other is to drive away the plants that are trying to invade the area.
Soy. There. First. Seed. Here. Paimon understood
It's so
that.
cute.
No need to translate. We'll take care of it right away.
Okay, there we go. I'll tend to the farmland. Okay, this way. Do not climb the tree, Goro. Okay. Add tags, edit stream info, quick action on your stream manager. Yeah, so if I click on edit stream info, under tags, there's a bunch of tags. Whomst, can you see them? You're my mod, so maybe you can see them, or maybe there's something blocking it that you can see and I can't. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll figure this out eventually. We'll figure this out eventually. This is gonna be a whopper flower. There we go. Water the farmland. Oh, okay. So they're making sure we have hydro with us. Good to know, good to know. Okay. Oh, okay.
We planted all the seeds! It's time to handle the invading plant life!
Oh. Maybe it just needed time to settle? I don't know. Technology usually doesn't do that, but... I'm eliminate the invade. It's whopper flowers. Whopper flowers? Yes, whopper flowers. Perfect.
It wasn't kidding when it said plants were invading!
There we go.
Whew. That should be all of them. That wasn't
No
too
need to
tough.
apologize for opening with critiques. We're learning this system. I'm learning this system. Hi.
Yeah, calm
Good
down
to
now.
see you.
But it
I
doesn't
have
seem
glasses
like
now.
there's too much we can do until we receive some new leads. Can you tell
I
us
am-
about
I
the
am
Denver
good.
Dragon? We don't know anything about it. Who is it? And what does it have to do with
Ooh,
King
yes.
Desert? Well, the history of dragons starts
Yes,
from
yes.
the
How are
very
you,
beginning of
Crete?
Teyvat.
How are you?
Sumeru was a Pep's territory. In those days, the lush rainforest covered the entire nation. Oh, so there
Nice
was
and
no
smelling and
desert back
tired.
then? Not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky. turning a
Wait.
huge
Does that mean
section
there's
of the
another,
rainforest into sand. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment,
Of course I can't
the
remember
Pep
the name.
changed color
The-
from the emerald
one of the
green
spikes.
of the forest to the yellow of the sand. No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the importance of adapting.
It's like the
Pep
dragon
has
spine,
always seen itself as the
the thing in
master
dragon
of
spine
Sumeru,
at the bottom of
but has refused to
the chasm.
recognize the new order that was established. Even
Yes,
now,
celestial
it
nail.
probably still holds great
Thank you.
hostility toward the gods. However, powerless against the power in the sky, and then the forbidden knowledge many millennia later, it's been unable to stir up any trouble.
I mean, I figured that some of the dragons were just sort of neutral. Dvalin was, I mean, wasn't exactly in bad territory with, bad terms with, Venti for a little
Conflicts
bit, but
between the
it
two
was,
sides are destined to continue until a balance can be found.
figured they were more
As far
neutral
as
parties.
I know, a Pep had been slumbering in the desert, and King Deshret had taken a great interest in it. Maybe this is why a Pep was contaminated. I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely our top priority right now. The crystal
Technically,
that I have
you're
in
right.
my possession
We are
is
all made of
probably
space.
the key that links the two matters together.
Okay. Turn to the Withering Zone. Is there a teleport closer? Nope, there is not. Okay.
Squall and Fury.
Good thing this team is great at traveling. I'm just remembering I don't want to switch teams again because last time I did... Oh, done being existential. No, you're fine. Keep being existential. Last time that it had us use a specific element, that element was, like, very necessary in the next quest, so it basically locked you in to the...
Not like our family.
Do not challenge me to get existential.
That's not what Paimon meant. It's just that you guys aren't actually the same species. Does that matter? Family likes me. I like
Well, I'll never come back.
Paimon doesn't quite understand.
So it doesn't want to
What
leave?
it's trying to say is that as long as family members get along well, then nothing else matters. You place importance on appearances, but we do not. We find the experiences, knowledge, and connections we've made to be more important.
Aw,
These are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances.
true.
These are the fruits of time, and the essence of what it means to grow.
Thank you, thank you.
Paimon gets it now.
I'm thinking I'm gonna stick to using this one a majority of the time. I do
Inside
have
device is more important.
another one that I'm getting, but I'm thinking of just switching between the two if that's not too, I don't know, scatterbrained of me. Just going with whatever the mood is. It looks really cute. It looks really cute. I'm gonna start rigging it soon.
Paimon would still follow you around. Wait, would you not be able to recognize Paimon? Oh, Understood. Thank you.
We found another one? Nahida sent out like a
Still
couple
nothing new from the
messages to see if anybody...
Seems like we won't be able to find your other family members for now.
Oh, okay.
It appears we are out of leads to follow. And if no one knows how this crystal works, then the pet may be in danger.
Let's go see another dragon. I want to see another dragon. I like dragons.
It's okay.
Do you like dragons? What do you guys think?
I don't think it's a coincidence that neither of you can remember anything
I
about
think-
the crystal. Maybe it's
Thank you.
because the crystal has a
I
very
will.
close
I
connection to forbidden
think
knowledge,
that I
which
have...
causes
there's a
memories
couple
of
things
it
that I've
be
tried to
unclear.
set up, but I won't be able to
And
until I
if
get
that's the
50
case,
followers. I'll look into
maybe
that
the
one, but
other
it's
fungi still
probably
won't
the
help
same
us at all.
case.
The crystal and the apocalypse. The apocalypse and memories. Lord of Dendro, do you still remember the prophecy?
I do. What about it?
The prophecy is a story that connects events.
Oh,
of the
yes,
past
the
and
prophecy
future.
basically means that the Dendro
A family
Archon
member
will
once
help
said
guide
that the
these
apocalypse
elemental
is a
beings
part of
home.
us, and that there is value in preserving it. The rest of the family did not approve of its opinion at the time, so it left.
Preserving the apocalypse? Do you mean that there's still some that hasn't been eliminated?
Oh,
That's not
okay.
very likely.
Okay.
The power of Irminsul covers every inch of
I will
the
look
land.
into that then, yeah.
Did the prophecy say where that family member went?
To the limitless depths east of Sumeru. A murky
I mean,
place that no
I
one
can't
can
remember
return
how
from.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
That must be
I'll figure it out off stream.
What are
I'll
you doing there?
I'll set stuff up. Got plenty of time. Okay.
It's impossible
Maybe
to
not
preserve
plenty.
forbidden
I'm in
knowledge.
college right now, so I'll find a way to
Can be
squeeze it in.
converted to a different form. I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. However, I do think it's possible. Follow me. I'll explain it once we find that elemental life form.
No, it's fine. To be honest, I like a little bit of rush. It keeps everything exciting. Ooh, yes! More books for my Mika. I don't know if I told you all this, but I really wanted Mika, and so I wished on the banner. And well, it took me a while to get Mika. Long story short, I did get her without pity, but I accidentally got Ayaka. I accidentally got Ayaka. Wrong button. This one. Perils in the dark. Well, it looks like we're going on a tangent. It's probably this one, isn't it? What did we get from that thing? Okay. And stuff. Okay, so it looks like we get to, side quest time, yep. I know, right? I was tempted to add bags under the eyes of this avatar. Not gonna lie. Maybe I should try that. Would you like to see that? Kinda like Layla. Just the tired. Okay, so there was something... Oh, yes, this is the new area. And I have, as you can probably tell, wandered around a bit and had some fun there. So let's see. Ooh, a drum. Cryo marking. Let me assume that we're just gonna find all the other ones. Okay. Thanks. I'll figure it out. That'd be fun. Yeah, maybe just one of these days I'll do a super late stream and just attach it to a... Maybe I'll attach it to an emote so I can just, you know, like, pop it up. Let me see, which one have I got right now? Oh, it should work. It's not working. Is this one working? It's not working. I'll figure out my emotes later. The antique dealer. I had emotes. I don't know where they are. Oh, you're fine. Okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing aloud. Aimless Adventures notes. You know what? I will read it aloud. This time I've been commissioned to try and find a local order and obtain information about something known as the sign of a Pausha. I must say that remuneration seems quite outsized when compared with the mission context. I hope content. See, here's my English skills for you. I hope I won't get caught up in any trouble. I reached the entrance of the Timir Mountains with the help of an Eremite mercenary, but he refused to continue onward, saying that this was the border of a war. Must be some sort of desert dweller superstition. Contrary to what I was told, it seems like these Nagarjunites are not very friendly outsiders. Looks like I'll have to try infiltrating their ranks. I finally managed to make it out. Thankfully, these people are pretty civilized, so I managed to get away with my life. As I thought, these high remuneration commissions always have something fishy going on. Looks like an adventurer's work doesn't suit people who just want to earn some quick mora. I'll just leave this drum here, maybe someone will pick it up. That way I guess I won't totally disappoint Miss Catherine. Oh, so an adventurer from the Adventurers Guild. Took up a commission. Seems to have been loved by an adventurer. The sign of a Pausha. Yeah, we'll guess we'll... I'm reading. I am wearing reading glasses, so I should be able to read, but I guess I still can't. Okay, go. Part of me is, like, curious, like, what would happen if I changed the game to Spanish and just have to translate anything like I do in Sable. But the other part of me is like, I will miss so much of the story. Because that's what I do in Sable, and then I go back and, like, retranslate later, and I feel so bad because I'm, like, I mess up so much of the vocabulary. They've gone quite well. I've heard about your previous adventures. It seems like you've become very experienced. As long as you keep going, I believe it will only be a matter of time before you become a truly great adventurer. Hey, I thought I was already a truly great adventurer. I mean, I've literally fought the Raiden Shogun, a dragon, a Fatui Harbinger, multiple Fatui Harbingers. I'd say I'm a pretty good adventurer. Come on. Commission linked to this drum is a very important one from academia and also critical to the expansion of our operations. Unfortunately, though, we have previously given this commission to various talented adventurers, and they have all invariably failed. But I have rode the dragon. I have! Yes! Yes, you have read. We do get to ride the dragon. It's in a cutscene, so I didn't, like, actively get to ride a dragon, but yes, we did get to ride a dragon. We rode Dvalin after we beat him. Here comes trouble. Well, this is an issue that even the academia can't solve, so we did expect a relatively high fail rate. Let's take the commission. Recent star observation by researchers at the academia led to the discovery the northern skies have been blocked by a strange, heretofore unseen phenomenon. I guess. I mean, just a little bit, maybe. Concerned this would have great impact on the accuracy of any astrological calculations, the academia immediately did something, and then the game decided to skip it. The phenomenon known as the Side of the Pausha, which bears strong similarities to the recent occurrence. According to these records, the celestial sign appeared after the disaster that engulfed most of Teyvat in 500 years ago. Okay, when all of the problems started. Okay, all of the problems started in the before. Technically, it happened before the Archon War, but most of the problems happened after 500. Imagine riding an alligator, right? They have alligators now, and I want to ride one. They also have jaguars, so why we haven't been able to ride those, or sumpter beasts, which is kind of like the pack animal, why we haven't been able to ride those is beyond me. I mean, they missed a perfect opportunity. Creep's quick guide to riding an alligator. 1. Get near alligator. 2. Get eaten. 3. Failure. But we need to live in Florida. We need to live in Florida to actually successfully ride an alligator. Mysterious Darshan. It's gotta be something super mysterious. Okay, though they seem like legends to the average person, they were once a Darshan of the Academia, albeit one that split off 500 years ago, and the researchers who wished to fight the monsters of the abyss banded together and traveled into the depths of desert, and then they stayed there. Only failure if you give up, don't let death stop you. Or Australia. True. Everything wants to kill you in Australia. I have determined that I will never live there. It rains spiders, guys. It rains spiders. That's all I need to know. Step 4, haunt alligator. There you go. There you go. I will haunt it for the rest of its days, which will be short because I will haunt it too much. Oh, just some creep. Did you see we played, Hoomst and I ended up playing Demonologist. It's on my YouTube channel, and it was so bad. We actually spent the first run. Step 5, Prophet, yes. There you go. Anyway, Demonologist, we played it, and the first time, because I needed the emotional stability of being able to quit halfway through. Okay, we'll stream it next time. What do you say, Hoomst? Do you want to stream it next time? That too, especially since I got Hoomst a PNG tuber, and we wanted to make sure that looked all cool. But the first time we did it, we actually didn't realize that there were flashlights, so we literally walked around with that UV light and nothing else, because we had no light, so we didn't pick up flashlights. It was so bad. I died. Yeah, we did only run 3 times. We only correctly guessed the ghost once. And then, yeah, I died twice. Alright, we'll stream it next time. Once we get the tags figured out, then probably. Yeah, no, it was absolutely terrifying. Eventually. Eventually. Someday.
Behold!
Yeah, the big, giant, glowy purple thing in the sky. You think that's a little concerning.
Swan Fury!
Oh, we're supposed to go this way? I thought we were gonna go directly towards it. Come on. Oh, yes. Just so you know, there are new hilly churls. Yeah, why don't we go take a look at this for ya, and show you the horror that is fighting a new type of hilly churl. Take a look at this thing. There are 2 types, so this is the Animo, and then there's also Hydro.
Gotcha.
And I missed!
How amusing.
Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
The wind rises.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, no, they drop new stuff, and
Behold!
they're really tricky once you have both of them together, and it's surprising how much health they have. They just decided, hey, we're gonna make something even harder for you. Ooh, is this a friendly person? Okay, it's a friendly person, I think. Who are you? You guys don't look like tribespeople of the desert. Like travelers. Yep. This is as far as you will get. Please go back. No. Because we took a commission. That's how we know the name. Order of Skeptics. Order of Skeptics. I cannot let you pass. Okay, Order of Skeptics. What's the Order of Skeptics? Pyro. Just an extra R and an H, so Pyro. Okay. Oh, so that's just the wrong term. So, we've been referring to the wrong name. Feel bad. Sorry. Skeptics now. Okay. We are not spies, we are here to take care of the problem. Hey, glad we've impressed him. Did my music stop? Told it to repeat. 1 second, we're just gonna... Second. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. The mysterious drum. Bring it on. It was like, spare us or bring it on. I was like, come on. You clearly do not know me if you gave me the option.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
We're instantly going to bring it on. I didn't even get through Galon. Whoa! Okay. Is this like an R&R but desert? Pari. I am also lost. I'm also lost. Maybe? Maybe it's a djinn? You're here to look for the Order of Skeptics. Okay. Okay, you know what the drum is. Sorush. Connection with the Pari. The item is important to our commission. We'll hand it to the leader of the order of yours. If we give it to you and fail to complete the commission because of that, not only will you lose our reward, we might even have to pay more to the Adventurers Guild. Do like Mora. We will do anything for Mora. Yes! It sounds like complete and utter chaos, which I am here for. I mean, it's pretty. It's weird. It kind of reminds me of a Sealy. Which is its whole own can of worms when you think of the lore. Own whole... You got more awesome in my book then. Simurgh? Divine Bird Simurgh. She is the master of something that started with a K. Split the infinite notes of Kvarna. They keep talking too fast. In any case, the matter is far behind your capabilities and your intervention is futile. You shall receive remuneration from the Guild of Lords so long as the calamity is quelled. Oh, so basically it wants us to praise its name to the sky, because it's going to do something great, and we're just going to stand by and watch, which isn't going to happen in the end. We all know that. The adventure's too awesome. The traveler's too awesome to just stand by and not be awesome. Okay, that which lies ahead is not a place that humans can easily set foot in. If you get lost or being eaten by some monster appearing out of nowhere, then there's nothing I can do for you. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Too slow.
Like, especially, like, you're talking to the traveler, but you're also talking to Wanderer, so... You're talking to Scaramouche, and you're saying that this is a place that no human can go. He's like, duh, let's go. Yes, it was absolutely terrifying, but I did enjoy it. Like I said, I totally died, but... Oh. Well, I probably, there we go. Dying is just part of life. It's the truth. Speak words of wisdom, creep. Dev!
Teamwork is true.
I got you covered. Unsightly insects.
Okay. And there's more of them. And, ooh! And an Abyss Mage.
Search for it.
Niffy called me wise on my resume. If you need to call for references, I will I will volunteer. Hey! Okay. Sharush did just call us cool. Apparently we are now their, oh, what's the word? Squire? Aha. So we're Bard. We're the Bard. We're now Sarush's Bard. Imagine having a FaceTime with a employer and you show up in avatar form. Yes! Yeah! That would be so weird, but I love it at the same time. If I ever get a business and I have somebody show up with a VTuber avatar, I would be like, hired. If you have the guts to do that, hired. Sounds like an alright gig. Paimon doesn't consent to this. Fret not, you shall be free to do as you please once I have sacrificed myself to restore the pure guys, of course. Shall witness my valiant form, yeah. Even Paimon can't see it. Okay, so we are dealing with someone interesting.
The wind rises.
Right, you've got a cush job. Work at home. I wouldn't leave that one either. The Black Fire. So that must be referring to Conria. Because we know from that one... Is it a cutscene or a trailer where you see the destruction of Conria and there was a lot of black fire? Oh, wow. 12-hour days. That sounds so crazy. I remember once considering a job that was 10 hours a day, but then I realized that I would much rather work more days than 10-hour days, but dang, 12 hours a night. Sounds like a nightmare, but I'm sure you're awesome. So, you've got this.
Squall Imperial.
War enemies. There are just all sorts of problems in these places.
Gotcha. Game's up. Time's over.
Just gonna...
Busted.
The wind rises. Wasn't done.
I find it really funny when they go all... I call it going all Skyrim, where basically all their limbs just... They just flop all over the place and nothing makes sense anymore. It's horrible. It's horrible, I know, but I find it funny. Where are we supposed to go? Why am I using elemental sight? There's a quest marker right there.
Quit following me.
I will not stop following you longer, even... Come on, we're on this quest together. I'm supposed to go up? Maybe? It's really tough at time, but it's really because the harder and the better I do, the more work I create for myself. But I'm tracked for retiring young. Hey! Yeah, take care of yourself. That's rough, but if you're on track to retire early, that's nice. There we go. Ooh, we got a researcher. You'd only correct the great songs of Kavarna. I'll figure out how to pronounce that later. Right now, we're just gonna call it Kavarna, but it's probably something completely different. They are here to witness my great work. Yes, we are their bard. Speak no further. I have my reasons for doing it. Yeah, just because she wants someone to... They. I don't know what Sarush is. Stretch every 2 hours. I have fear of stroke. And a vegetable most of the weekend. Good omen for future plans. Or the Order of Skeptics. What a way to casually paint yourself as the villain. Wait, I missed something. I missed something. The Academia are the true villains here. Okay. Got my... Nasajuna? Order of Skeptics. That would be the equivalent of a sage. Okay. Interesting that he's wearing, like... That's Academia, like, outfit, right? Just passing adventurers. I wasn't familiar with the term, so thank you for the definition. Thanks for the definition for my sake, anyway. Kavarena? I'll figure. Very impressive. I'm guessing those were the Fatui. Yeah, 90% of the time, if there's a problem with quote-unquote outsiders, it's the Fatui. Does it still say, replay? Was it replay? Simply cannot coexist. That's one way to put it. I would have called those the same thing, but okay. They feign politeness by calling us a branch of the Academia. This is not but means to belittle us. It's said that our predecessors had a clash of ideals with them, so chose to go into the desert. That day on, we've been holding firm in the war against defilement, defending our land. May I ask what you do or what you are studying for Whomst and Niffy? I am studying liberal arts because I have no idea what I'm going to do. I mean, you've probably experienced my scatterbrainedness firsthand from these streams, so I have no idea what I'm going to do. I've got a couple ideas. I mean, a couple, like, ideas, but they're still really ideas, but yeah, I'm just studying liberal arts and working in retail. So nothing too exciting. Whomst, computer science. Thanks! Thanks, I'm excited. Are you excited, Hoomst? I guess I'm also, like, nervous. Because I have to figure out what I'm doing. And I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Celestial sign reflects an otherworldly hellscape. Okay. Long ago, Dari. Oh, so Conria is also known as Dari. During the Great Disaster, Dari started monsters swarm that facility from that very facility. Oh, okay. So the Rift Hounds came out. And though they were sealed with the vein of a ancient tree, this mysterious sign appeared along with it. The sign reflects is that which lies behind the dark rift, and throw monsters cannot enter to that. They say that very first will extinguish that strange sign together with the Pari. Okay. So, Rift Hounds. We're gonna fight a lot of Rift Hounds. I'm like 90% sure we're gonna find a bunch of Rift Hounds. Rift Hound that starts with an R. Roller coaster, yeah, I believe it. I mean, I'm kind of in a roller coaster too, so I kind of believe it. Good to know that it will end eventually. Although considering my scatterbrainness, it may never end. We'll figure it out. I am very good at my job. Sorry, in the game. I think I'm good at my job IRL, but in the game it was like asking for like options, and it was like, I'm very good at my job. And I was like, I am very good at my job. So yeah. No, I feel the ADHD all over the place. You're doing great. Yeah, maybe. I don't. You're still. You know what you're doing. That's the difference. Oh, we have a buddy. Dang it. Oh, wait. Turn. While in fight, Sharush can ascend or descend, accelerate to increase her flight speed. She never. Oh, that's what those things were. Okay, I've been exploring. And I've been seeing these things, and I have no idea what to do with these things. Continue. Sharush can also perceive things beyond. I've also seen those things. Okay. So, I need to say goodbye to Mikey. Say goodbye to my little Sealy. Nope, wrong button. This one. Whoa! I mean, we could do that. I mean, this is fun. Go to the hollow. Okay. Is this something we can interact with? G. Fragments of... Retrieve them. Okay, so basically it's a chase. Get to chase this thing. How do we left control? Is to go down, space to go up. Okay. Whoa. What? What just... Something just happened, and I do not know what just happened. I need to mark this on my map, though. There is a sparkly. I will figure out what that is later. Okay, let's go. Like the screen was going all dark.
The wind rises.
Okay, let's wait for the stamina. This is like playing as Wanderer normal. Okay. Okay. So that worked, I think. Okay. I'm gonna read this. Well, I think that the most important thing is not just figuring out what you want to do, but figuring out to enjoy what you're doing. Regardless of the job, there are things to be going to be parts that you hate, and you're going to be miserable at that time unless you teach yourself to make everything fun. I hadn't thought of that. I'm always worried about making my hobbies my job, because then it won't be my hobby anymore, but I guess there's always some part that, like you said, there's always some part that's going to be not as fun. But as long as you're doing something that doesn't drive you crazy 90% of the time, maybe you'll find a way to enjoy it. I've been thinking of going into like graphic design or like something like that. Can't remember exactly what it's called, but I'm really good at making spreadsheets. Ooh, I can show you my... I need to show you a thing. One sec. That's the wrong screen. I meant to do this one. To show exactly how insane I am when it comes to certain things. How do I full screen this? There we go. I'm crazy. So, this is a spreadsheet that I spent an all-nighter making. These are all full of, like, these actually have, like, program things in them so that I can keep track of, like, what items I need to get. This is my schedule for the week. It's kind of empty right now, but my schedule on what I need to farm in Genshin. These are all of my character builds. Like I said, I spent an all-nighter on this thing. I'm very happy. And these are, I haven't updated this in ages, but these are my teams. And these are my mains and how much damage they deal against, yeah, these are my main DPS units. So I am mildly obsessed with Genshin. As you can tell, just mildly. And yeah, I spent an all-nighter making this thing, and I do still use it. Anyway, I like spreadsheets. Figured you would enjoy that. I like spreadsheets. Color, are you obsessed? Yes! I am obsessed. Okay. Okay, that's all well and good. We just decide that sign is on. So we're going to be doing some sort of ritual thing with our glowing, well, maybe not glowing, our pink friend here. Oh, Sarush is a... Okay, Sarush is a she. We now... Okay. I won't be messing up pronouns anymore. Glad you like it. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Got our two little buddies arguing. Okay. So there's more of these guys. What does the Yisnapati mean? Because apparently we're her Yisnap something. I hadn't thought of that. Turn it into a game. I'm going to try that now. I am currently on a job hunt for something better because I am in retail and I do not like retail, but if I consider it a game, then maybe that'll help. I will try that. I work soon, so I will try that. I am very stubborn, and yes, I am competitive, so yeah. Then my brain broke, and now I'm almost always having fun. Hoomst, you're gonna do it with me? Why is my music stopping again? It'll keep going eventually. It'll keep going. Okay, so it's use necessary for the right, the drum is. Necessary for the right. We're all neurodivergent here. Or at least I am, and Hoomst is, so. If you don't mind me saying. Finding the stubbornness to keep going. Yeah. Let's see, where do we go to now? Ooh, treasure chest. Dang it. Nope, never mind. Those are frozen wolf towns because that's a thing. It gets to happen. Does this do anything? Wrong button.
Quit following
That
me.
was the wrong button. Oh, so every time it does that, then you go back to your original starting position. Good to know. Good to know.
The wind rises. Too slow.
I'm not too slow, Wanderer. You're too slow. So that's one of the things he says when running is like, don't stop following me, too slow, things like that. I'm like, seriously, my guy? Okay, how do we work these things? Okay. So, how many Prima Gems do we have? Only 49. Okay. I'm still very broke in terms of a Genshin. E. Okay. Good to know. Then it is Z. You got treasure chest.
Take it and have fun.
I will. Thank you very much. Oh, it's down. Okay, fine. Hoomst, you are not passive. You're awesome. Wise words, creep. Wise words. I'll protect you, Paimon. Okay. I am honored to be on stream with you guys. Okay, let's figure out what does this thing do? Sorry, not meaning to interrupt. So there's a tree with Pari in them. So we need to figure out how to do something with our buddy here and do a thing. Ain't interrupting anything on your own dang stream. Okay, okay. Alright, legend has an ancient, so we need to do something to make the tree grow? Can you like, need to do something. Yep, there's a thing we need to do. Let's just, can you tell me how to do the thing? I get to add another bit of lore to my lore videos. Ooh, let me write that down. The Pari. Because I should actually take count, but I've been making videos about how many magic systems Tevat has, and I got to add another one. Me? Favorite hobby? Ooh, crafting. Anything crafty. I like painting. I'm not very good at digital painting. I mean, if you saw my one video where I created a new avatar for myself and like rigged it and everything, then you will know that digital art is not my strong suit. But I do like acrylic painting. Ooh, there's another guy. So cute. It's so bad. The mouth, like, okay, so you know how your mouth, like your top jaw doesn't move and your bottom jaw moves? It's the exact opposite on that model. It's so bad. The top lip just constantly moves up and down. So it's my first, I think it might be my second Sable video. It says new model on like the title. It's so bad. It's terrible, but I am proud of it. It took me a while to make, and it was a very big learning curve. So I am still proud of it. I learned a lot, but it is so bad.
Quit following me.
Okay, okay. You know what? Do I still have it? I might still have it. Are you willing to wait for like a minute? Do one stream with it when I get 50 followers. Yep. Yes. Okay, I will do that. I will absolutely do that. In celebration of 50 followers. Should that be 50 followers on stream or on Twitch? On stream. On YouTube or on Twitch? Because I'm closer to it on... Oh, so I need to figure out how to break the crystals. Okay. How do I... Oh, is this thing break the crystals?
Too slow.
I'll do it with Twitch. I'll do it with Twitch. Yeah. Don't fall off. Don't fall off. Okay. Dang it, that's right, there's an order to this. That thing was covering up. Okay. I like puzzles. I do. I promise. Do the crystals come back is the question. Okay.
Squall Fury.
Wrong button. I love the ability to fly, but it's also... I vote Twitch. Yep, let's do Twitch. Let's do Twitch. Where's the... Is it that? Nope, it's... There's a button for it, and I do not remember which one it is. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, okay. Yay! You did it! Look at us! Ah! Y'all get to see my amazing spreadsheet again. Okay. Wrong button. It's this one. Okay. My streams always go by so fast. I'll go, you know what? Let's go till we finish
this.
Yes, I do want this Wanderer. You want it too. I mean, that's how we leveled you up. Don't give me that sass. Okay. Here I am just arguing with my main character here. The 2D, no, some pickles. I'm arguing with some pickles here. With some pixels. Pixels. Arguing with some pixels. I can, yeah. This one. And we have to start all the way over at the beginning. Wasn't there a treasure chest right here? I mean, it didn't say challenge failed. What grinds your gears, creep? Yay! Okay. Why is fridge spelled with a D? Yes! Oh my god. I noticed that like a couple years ago and it has frustrated me ever since. And it doesn't make any SNES either. It does not make any SNES. Zero SNES made. I hope you don't mind, but I am now making that a thing. Maybe the points just some system that I add once I get. Wonder why. Yes, English really doesn't do much for us. It's the SNES. The SNES. Okay, so once I get everything up and running, I'm gonna make it so you can throw goldfish at me, and I will have the point system be SNES. Or like the gambling system. So like this person has blank SNES. Yes. I can see it now. Don't mind me just scribbling it down. Okay. Okay, back to the game, back to the game. Unfortunately, I can't do like the point system and stuff until I've reached 50 followers and become affiliate, which is annoying because I want to do it now. I want to have stuff now, but we'll get there eventually. I'm at 4. I'm at 4, so I'm very happy. It's a start. It's a start. Okay, wrong button. I can remember my buttons. I can remember what does what. That's a thing. I will get there, slowly but surely.
The wind rises.
It definitely still shows the replay symbol. What? Maybe I'll like open my stream on another device so I can see like, actually see what it looks like for you so that I can get, well, that would also help with like the English. Me looking at it from another device would also help me figure out what else is going. I think I saw this person. This party. Figuring out what, yeah, I figured. Must be some way to fix it. You know what? I'll Google it after this, or YouTube it, or something after this, so we can get that fixed. It's like there's something new to fix every time we get into the stream, but hey, I'm getting there slowly but surely, right? These things are like R&R, but for the desert. I mean, they look really cool. Gotta say. Okay, Paimon's Paimon, and this is Niffy. Now is the tumble fun time where you get to press all the pretty buttons to see what happens, right? I've got 2 on my screen that are purple and 1 that is like fuchsia, and I want to press them all. I don't know about the fuchsia one because I'm terrified to do it. It says raid channel. I'm like, I don't know if I'm friends with anybody enough to raid a channel yet. I have been more active on other streams, so you can be proud of me. I've been social. I actually ended up winning a Welkin the other day. So for this Genshin account, I won a Welkin in a giveaway. I was very happy. I mean, I'm already a Welkin player, but I mean, it was nice. It's pretty cool. Raiding a channel's the great way to get recognition. Okay. Is it like, can I literally just raid anyone? Or is it like more polite if I know them already? Or is it just literally something I can just do? I don't know. Do you know? You're right. I don't know anything. I'll do more research on it after the stream. I've never even considered doing it until I saw the big shiny red button. Anyone, because they can have turned off the block. True. True. Yeah? Reach out in private? Probably. What we need to get set up is Whomst. We need you to get set up as a PNG tuber. You've got the PNG all set up already, remember? And yes, I am turning it to you right now. You're in the spotlight. It could be fun, you know? Just a few times. We'll do collabs. You want to trust your community with? Yeah, I've got a few people that I watch consistently that I like. Maybe at a later date. Well, you already technically were a content creator when you and I played Demonology together. Demonologist. Mm-hmm. So you are forever stuck with collabing with me occasionally. Or at least that once. And it is forever on the internet as a YouTube video. So I think you're stuck with it at this point. Ooh, we got it. We got it. We got Prima Gems. I like Prima Gems. Look at all these Prima Gems. Beautiful. How much do we have, by the way? Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That narrows down the people who I'm willing to raid, but there's still a few people I'd be willing to raid, yeah. Okay, we've got 100. Got whatever those are. Ooh, wait, more books, more for Mika. Okay. Can we do this quest yet? Heralds of Dark first, okay. You know what, we've done a lot of quests. I probably want to call it a night because we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. So, I know I said I'd finish this quest, but this quest just split into 2. So, I don't know, maybe we'll switch to Skyrim next week, but I'm tempted to add on a second day of streaming because it's, I don't know about you, but I've been having fun. But, it all depends on stuff, but, what do you think? Stream Skyrim on one day and Genshin on another? Because I mean, you've officially seen this, so now you know exactly how obsessed I am with Genshin, so maybe we'll, maybe I'll do a Genshin stream once a week and a Skyrim stream once a week.
Behold.
I like flying. Whee! I know a lot of people don't like his Wanderer's playstyle, but
Swan Fury.
who wouldn't like to fly around? Like, that's the best part.
Ooh, too slow.
Think? Seeing one of these. Oh,
Too slow.
means there's a Sealy that has yet to be here, because there was a Sealy. If a Sealy comes here, then there's... I'm getting sidetracked. We were we were gonna end the stream. Okay. Yeah. I guess we'll call it now, but thank you so much for joining. And what do you think of the new transitions and the new like layout? I like it. I'm liking it. Like I said in one of my first videos, I determined that even if I don't get like super popular, I'm going to have fun with it, so I am going to do stuff like this. So they're pretty. Aw, thanks, Hoomst. I like talking to you guys. It's fun. I'm excited to see what we figure out next. And yes, there's chances. You know what we're probably going to do is Hoomst and I are probably going to do like a random little stream eventually where we can experiment and try to get that replay out of the way, because that is annoying. So we'll probably do that. So if it's outside of the normal hours, I mean, you can totally join us, but it's probably just going to be me and Hoomst chatting and figuring out what the heck's going on. But anyway, thanks so much for joining, and yeah. We'll see ya. Oh yeah, I'll totally reach out. Thank you. You know more about Twitch layout than I do, because I only like started like actually watching streams like a month or 2 ago, so I'm still very new to this, so you know far more than I do. So have a good night. We'll see ya.